Right, today we're going to be looking at the Visuo. So welcome to Sticky Axis Modifications, and we're going to do the Visuo. I promised it for about 3 months, so this is when we're going to have it today. Right, we're all familiar with this. All good, but one slight design fault. There's a little bit too much flexibility. So I was going to turn it into a Mavic clone, brushless, and I tried various configurations with different carbon fibre arms because I wanted it to fold. It's the essential part of our criteria, but unfortunately it's just a little bit too bandy to do anything with. So what you need to do, get rid of this, well, keep this, buy one of these. Now this is a GoolRc XF220. It's about 105 quid at the moment. So it's got an F4 flight controller, comes with a 700 TVL camera, half decent receiver, PDB. Slightly different to the Wizard because its profile across here is shorter, so it's a little bit smaller. It's 220, the same as the Wizard, but I believe the Wizard's only got 20 amp ESCs. So this is a little bit nippier and a little bit quicker. And not as well sold, but this is my second one. I bought this specifically to take the bits off of it and put them on that. That's what I intended. Just get rid of this frame, throw it away, chuck all these bits on, fly this bad boy. Well, slight issues. So I'll get rid of this one because I'm still flying this, because this has actually got a SimionK X5 brain in it. This is something else I built alongside my first Visuo. And this is what I built earlier. As you know, if you take the lid off, it looks something like that inside. This camera's not bad actually for what it is. I think I'll keep that and I'll use it maybe on some other project. But yeah, essentially you just gut it, take the wires out, get rid of them. Well, unless you want to keep that for something else. So we've done all these little ribs that you need to take out, chop everything down so all this is flush and level, so you've got something good to mount on. Now you want to keep these 6 and this. I'll show you why in a minute. So I will say, when you're cutting this, be very, very careful because this is very thin stuff. So pretty much it's just a bit of a casing at the moment. Right, this is the butchered XF220, and the reason why I butchered it is because I crashed it on a cliff and it snapped. So it's no longer usable. It was squashing my flight controller and receiver, so it had to go. And then I thought, well, maybe I'll engineer something that will fit inside. So what I've done, I've used exactly the same arms. I've used the top plate instead of the bottom plate. You could buy this kit for about 12 to 15 pounds at the moment, just this kit on its own. So if you wanted to do that, you could engineer the frame exactly the same as this. And all I've done is rebolted it, put a bit of strengthening around here, nice little gusset there to stop these from twisting. It's not the strongest frame, it's quite strong, there's a bit of flex in it, you know, but hey, it's got to be better than what the Visuo was like originally, because that thing is just bandy, it's like a banana. Right, so there's the frame. I'll put a load of pictures on because I usually take quite a lot of pictures, so what I'll do is I'll stick all the pictures of all the ways of mounting, and I'll show you the previous way I did it, using separate carbon arms so I could fold them in, but that didn't work. So we're sticking with this. Alright, so once you've stripped and flattened everything back, you want this to go in. I want to look at that. Right, inch perfect, or millimetre perfect fit almost. And there's 2 locators which I pointed out to you earlier. These are the ones you want to keep, them 2, that one there and that one there, because you've got 2 to mount your front. Don't forget to put the front in, because that piece with the eyes is the best part about the drone, I think. So those two locators you want to keep. These two locators you need to keep, and leave these two at the back as holes. But these two, cut them off, but don't cut them right down, just cut them to the level. So when you pop a screw in there with a flat washer on it, that'll bind in and that'll be tight. So everything will be up against it. So that's the frame and the engineered 250 frame to go in. So right, I'm going to show you the layout. So I've got, this is a F4 Omnibus flight controller. It comes with OSD, barometer, all the usual things. Quite a few UARTs on it. You can run GPS off it as well, so it's an all-rounder, it's a good one. So I'm going to stick that in the middle, USB facing out, whichever side you like, but I'm going to go with that way. So I'm going to sit that in there. Now obviously we're missing ESCs to go on each arm. With my spare one of these, I've got motors obviously, and I've got the ESCs and everything else to go in it. So I'm just going to place these, wire them straight onto there, and have them underneath here. So they'll sit inside these shrouds. Or if I have to, I'll put them on top. Either way, they're going to be on here somewhere. So that's your 4 ESCs done. Right, more importantly, video transmitter. You need one of these. This is a EWRF 750. It's a 600 milliwatt. I've had about 2k range out of it. It's pretty good, and it costs about 11 quid from Banggood. So sling it in, all the parts you need. I'm going to mount it about there. Maybe a bit of sponge, and I'll cable tie it maybe. See how it goes, but I'm going to go with that because it looks about right. Right, FPV camera. Now, just move that out of the way. What I've done is cut out an aperture there. I am going to fix and bolt this to that section, but as for purposes, just for camera, I'm going to stick it right there. So loads of up tilt, and we've got loads of down tilt, so it's quite flexible where you want to view from. And obviously all the wires are running underneath. Okay. Now you're wondering, what about the PDB? Oh, there we go. Gotta have one of these. So PDB. Now I'm thinking probably around there, like that. I will bolt it through, I'll draw my own holes, but I think that's going to be about right, just there. Cable's sitting out the back nicely. So when we offer this to it, sitting in there flush, and I can still get to those two holes. So we've got the PDB in there. We've got the FPV camera on there. Flight controller. Video transmitter. Now, what else do we need? We need a receiver. Okay. This is what comes with the kit, the XS809HW. It's not bad. It's 300 meters, maybe a little bit more, but you know, it's a little aerial. It's small, good for the job. Oh, I can stick it in here anywhere. Yeah. Yeah, got the aerial coming out the top. Yeah, so essentially that's all in. And because I've left these holes, the fronts and the rears, this all goes back together exactly the same way as it would do on your normal Visuo, except for it's sandwiched with an XS809 Ghoul racing frame. So that's nice and strong. Right, discovered these little bad boys, 10 degrees, 10 degree tilt forwards. So They actually look like they were made for this quad, but they're not. They're actually for Eachine T180 T220, I think they are. But that gives everything a 10 degrees tilt, so might put them on, might not. Anyway, we're using these GoolRc DX2205 racing editions. Not bad, really good. I'm quite happy with them for a beginner's motor. You know, I've smashed and bashed a few. Yeah, not too strong, but they bend a little. But so there you go. Essentially, it's nearly there. Aerial positions. These are quite good. Little TFU 3D printed. I might just sling a couple of bolts on there like that. Yeah, doesn't look too bad. I think I might paint them black though. But so yeah, I mean, there's your aerial setup. Not a problem. They look quite good. Anyway, we're going to end this video here because I've got more to show you in the next video. And as I said before, I did try to do it before with foldable arms, which I'll shove the videos on to the tube for that, and I'll also feature loads of pictures to go with it. Happy flying.